Hey guys, BnM and Garmin Pro staffer Crappie Kirby. It's Wednesday, November 14th, 2018. The snow has stopped, although there's still a lot of snow on the ground, as you can kind of see. But the sun is out, and that is going to send those crappie into overdrive on their bites. And I'm very excited to be fishing today out at Hillsdale Lake because my buddy Kent Driscoll from BnM Poles sent me 3 brand new poles to preview. Pass the information on to you. Got 3 great poles, 3 great lengths, 8, 10, and not 12, but 9 foot. Okay, we're gonna try all 3 of these poles today. Gonna put the same reel, same line, same jig on there, and I'll give you my honest opinion about all 3 of these great BnM poles. First one we're gonna preview is the Bucks Gold Graphite pole. It has stainless steel guides. It's a 2-piece Portuguese cork handle, and it is an IM8 graphite, a 30-ton graphite, so it's going to be extremely sensitive. All right. Also, it has a, I believe, an absorbent reel handle, so it makes those bites feel, you know, extra stout, you know, just like a bolt of lightning. So I'm excited to try that one. The next pole that we're going to try in a 10-foot size is the Russ Bailey Signature Series. Now everybody knows Russ Bailey, probably the most famous crappie fisherman on the planet, but he's got a new pole out that's a beautiful pole. It's black with kind of a high visibility orange detail on it, and on that detail it actually has line depth markers at every 1-foot increment, which is very important and very helpful when you're fishing those suspended crappie on brush piles, on bridge pilings. You know, in the winter months they get really lethargic, and if you're just a foot or 2 off, you're not catching fish. So with those line increment markers and the stainless steel guide and the 100% Portuguese cork handle, the Russ Bailey Signature Series is definitely going to be something I'm probably going to add to my daily arsenal. Now, the 9-foot pole, this is a very unique length, and it's a very unique pole designed by a very unique individual. His name's Roger Gant, and he has made side pulling a famous way to catch crappie these days. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but look up Roger Gant on YouTube or some of your favorite fishing shows and watch his side pulling technique. I know that Carl Kalanka did a show with him, and it's an absolutely unique way. It's kind of like spider rigging, but instead of going forward, you're actually dragging the line from you. And he just catches a ton of fish. He's got a really cool rod that we're going to be talking about, and it's going to be in that 9-foot category. Very unique IM8 graphite, super sensitive rod, and I can't wait to try that, especially in that 9-foot length. So driving now, we're taking the Hillsdale exit. We're going to be previewing these poles, of course, which you can get at your favorite retailer. Check them out, or if your retailer doesn't carry them, which would be amazing since BnM is the king of crappie poles in the world, go to BnMPoles.com and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And next time you see me, I'm going to be reeling in some crappie with some new BnM poles. First up, we're going to do the BnM Russ Bailey Signature Series 8-foot. We're going to be using a couple of Crappie Magnet jigs. I'm trying this new pole out. Here we go. Ooh, nice casting on that. Let it fall. And boom. Boom, little crappie. nice action to it. White bass. Just a little white bass there on the Russ Bailey. Notice these 1 foot increments here. Boom, 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 all the way to the end. Stainless steel eyes. There he is. Yeah, I don't know if I'm fishing below them or what the deal is, but every time I raise up I feel bang bang bang. I don't know if those are shad or crappie, but there's one. I don't know if I think I might even snag this one, but it's a nice one. Look at that pole bend. Oh no, that's a big old crappie that I hooked. Good job. First keeper. Yep. And a nice one. A little 11-inch crappie. Hold on there. I'm going to give you a boat ride. He gets to go on a boat ride. Yeah, nice. But you know what I did on that one? I raised it up. I think I'm fishing below him. I think I'm fishing below them. Got a new rod I'm trying out, a couple of them. This is the Russ Bailey, and it's a 10-foot rod. I caught that one about 11 feet, so I'm not even going to cast out. I'm just going to whip that puppy and drop it right back down there. And I don't feel the jig going over their back, so I'm going to give it another 2 feet. 1, 2. See if that makes a difference. Oh, there he is. So about 12 feet. About 12 feet. No, I have not. There's one. I'm about to go to the point. These are all little. Trying to do a little demo on some of the new poles BnM has out. So there's about 15 feet right there. Oh, there's another one. A little nicer. Yeah, that's gonna keep. I don't know if you're getting this or not, but 10-inch crappie. Put him in the herd locker. This is about 15 feet. That's about 15. Another one. People are calling me saying, "Take me fishing, Kirby." Crappie are biting. 10-inch crappie. Kerplunky goes. There he is. Russ Bailey. Russ Bailey, 10-footer. Catching crappie that are suspended at 15 feet. Boom. Reeling in, reeling in. So 10-inch crappie. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you just hold on, baby. Once it gets down there, you're going to get a bite. Boom, there he is. A little nicer fish. Might be a keeper. He's going to make the team. He's going to make the team. Coming alive, coming alive. Alright. Well, I like that Russ Bailey pole. 10-foot action, and those guides make it really nice. Russ Bailey Signature Series. I'm going to try another one now. This is the Roger Gant, the difference. And I know I said I was going to do a 9-footer, but I actually ended up doing a 12-footer. Not a bad start. Roger Gant, the difference, BnM, little white bass. And it had the backbone to pull that fish in, no problem. Cast over there to my buddy Bob's boat, kerplunk. Let her sink on down. 12-foot rod. I'm not used to fishing with a 12-foot rod. This doesn't have the spinning eyelets. It's got real tight eyelets, which is something different to me. But boy, it can sure got some good feel to it. I can feel that jig popping over them fish's heads. I probably snagged this one. No, I caught him actually. Whoo, gotta be careful. Big old pole like that. What we're doing is just dropping it down, flipping it out. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Trolling motor's got a mind of its own. Spot lock's hard to hold when you're under a bridge. Can't get that GPS satellite signal. And there he is. Boom. Very, very subtle feel to it. I basically just watch the tip and the line. But hooked that crappie perfectly. That's probably a 10-inch crappie, don't you think? Bob, you got one too? Oh, you got a big one.
Pretty good one.
Well, dang you. Dang. Oh yeah, I got you. You're a YouTube star now. Nice one. He caught that one using a BnM pole, the Crappie Magnets, tipped with the jig I see. Hey, we're doubling up, Bob. We're making this look easy.
I had a double earlier. You want to look cute in the aquarium.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the crappie I put in the Bass Pro Shop aquarium?
Do what?
Did I tell you about what happened to the crappie that I put in the Bass Pro Shop aquarium? I caught some big ones from Parsons.
Yeah.
And took them down there, and they got to stay in quarantine for 30 days. And so my buddy called me and said, "Hey, we're about ready to put those crappie in. Do you want to come check them out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just live down the street. That sounds great." So I said, "Can you wait till like 4 o'clock? I'll bring my kids up after school." And they're like, "Oh yeah, no problem. That'll be great." So there was 4 of them, and we named them Nate, Eva, Michaela, and Cassidy. One for all my kids, right? And so my 8-year-olds were with me at the time, and lo and behold, them crappie had been in a little 5-foot deep enclosure there. So when they got some deep water, they swam directly to the bottom. And guess who they met at the bottom? Old Mr. Alligator Gar. And 4 bites, he ate those 16-inch crappie. Every one of them. I know it. Right in front of my kids. Scarred for life. Scarred for life. So we're using the difference. BnM, the difference. Roger Gant. See if we can't catch crappie. 12-foot pole. I'm not used to a 12-foot pole. I'm not used to a 10-foot pole. There he is. Nice little bend, nice backbone. Getting that crappie up there. Swinging it in, no problem. Lots of sensitivity, lots of line jumping. That is the difference. Roger Gant. Now we're going to try the BnM Gold Series. Now we are back and we're using the BnM Bucks Gold crappie rod in the 10-foot. So we're going to go 10, and then we're going to go another 1, 2, 3, pitch it out there, catch crappie. Watching it, watching it. And boom. Ooh, it's got a lot of action on it. Even for a little crappie, bending all the way over. There we go. There's just a lot of bend. There we go. Super flexible and able to pull in a 10-inch crappie, no problem. Didn't feel like the rod was going to snap. Nice feel to it. Now I like how that line falls through the eyes. See if we can catch a big one. See what it's like. Watching that line fall. Right, there's the depth, and there's the fish. Boy, it's super sensitive, super duper feel to it. And there's the fish. Just whip action. Look at that. Look at that whip action. No problem bringing it in. A lot of backbone on that. Got that fish hook. There he is. Boy, that was just the lightest of bites. There's no way you could have saw that bite because it was just a tick. I mean, it was like, it was a tick. And they say that this is the rod handle is absorbent, but I mean, I just felt the littlest. That was probably the lightest bite I think I've ever felt without seeing the line move or jump or anything like that. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. That was just the lightest bite. I just felt a tick. Look at that. Take a look at the size of those shad down there, boys. Look at that big old shad. Dang, that's gonna be a good flathead season. I do not want to touch that stinky thing. Oh, that's a huge shad. Yeah. I smell bad. But like on that, that shad did not take that in his mouth. I just felt him and I snagged him. There's 10 feet, 12, 13 feet right there. And that's going to catch a fish. Buck's Gold crappie rod. Here we go. Watch that line. You don't even need to watch the line. You can feel everything. I can feel the jigs going over their backs. Really? I'm catching them over here. No, obviously. But hey, I'm gonna go over to the. I'm gonna go over to that point and try to catch a big one on these new rods. See what it feels like. I have not caught a monster yet. Ooh, there's one. That's a heck of a bite. Look at that rod bend. He's staying down like he's a big one. He is a big one. Look at that. And no problem getting him in. Look at that one. Nice 11-inch Hillsdale hog. On the BnM Buck's Gold crappie rod. Well, good luck, guys. I'm gonna go try to catch a bigger quality. The big ones here are few and far between. But I like that pole. Buck's Gold crappie rod. Everybody's catching crappie. Hey guys, Crappie Kirby. I wanted to thank you guys for watching. Also, I'd like to thank Kent Driscoll and Jack Wells for providing me those 3 new BnM Poles for 2019. The Difference, the Russ Bailey Signature Series, and the Gold Series by BnM Poles. I know I said I was going to do a review on an 8-foot, 9-foot, and a 10-foot pole, but I accidentally grabbed the wrong poles, and I ended up doing a review on 2 10-foots and Roger Gant's 12-foot The Difference pole. I loved each pole for its own particular trait, and I urge you to get in touch with your local retailer. Go in, ask some questions, get a feel, and find out which pole in the BnM lineup will best suit your style of fishing. Now, I love the Roger Gant Difference. I can completely see why that pole is so popular in the trolling realm and in the side pulling, which it was initially designed for by Roger Gant. I can completely see because it's a stiff pole, it keeps that line at that arc so you can see any little nibble, any little bite. A really great pole if you're into spider rigging or side pulling, like I said, which that pole was initially designed for by Roger Gant, who catches a ton of fish. The Russ Bailey Signature Series. Now, Russ Bailey designed my favorite BnM pole, which we did not talk about today, which is the BnM Sharpshooter 6. It's a one-piece graphite. I really like that. It's a 6-foot designed initially by Russ Bailey for basically using like a bow and arrow and shooting the jigs under the dock. But his new Signature Series, the 8-foot and the 10-foot, the 10-foot we reviewed today, and I like the fact that it's got those foot increments that lets you know exactly where the depth is. I put it at 10 foot, didn't have any bites. I dropped it down another 1, 2, 3, 4 pulls, so I knew I was right at 14 feet with those markers, those real high visibility orange foot markers on the Russ Bailey pole, and boom, I knew where the crappie were after I had that bite, and then I just went back to it, and every time it was right in front of their face. I loved it. I also liked the stainless steel eyelets on that. The line flew freely. I could pitch it, I could cast it, and it went for a mile. So I really like that Russ Bailey. I did the review on the 10-foot. I personally would probably use the 8-foot. And then the Gold Series. Wow. Talk about a sensitive rod, okay? That rod, I have never felt bites that minute, that tiny before in all my life. And a couple times, I didn't even think I had a bite. It just felt like something was different, the way I was holding it, the way the line was going through. I was watching the line didn't jump, the line didn't thump. It just felt like maybe a feather, just a really tiniest of taps, like a feather landed on the back of the hand that I was holding that pole on, and boom, I raised up, and sure enough, it was a bite. So if you're looking for sensitivity in a spinning reel, definitely check out the BnM Gold Series, because that was amazing, and I could completely see myself using the 8-foot version of that. If they make it. I think they may only make it in a 10 or a 12, but regardless, I'll get back to you on that. Go to BnMPoles.com for their entire huge selection of catfish and, of course, crappie poles, which we were talking about today. And then go to your local retailer. They'll be able to put one of these in your hand so you can feel it. Once you feel it, that Portuguese cork handle, and once you see how it rests, they have different rod sets and rod rest. You know, you'll figure out the best pole through the BnM series for your particular style of fishing. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks again to Garmin Verbs for letting us film on that. And of course the Garmin Live Scope. I'm going to call it the GOAT. The greatest of all times in transducers and sonar is the Garmin Live Scope. Absolutely amazing. I can't thank those sponsors enough. Chuck Folker and Dallas, thank you guys so much. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go clean some crappie. And thanks again, everybody, for watching. Have a great day. God bless.